Welcome to the 2350 Effect. Meet the Presenters Week. The 2350 Effect starts now.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to day 5 of Meet the Presenters. Day 5 for the Virtual Wellness Summit Meet the Presenter Week. Yes, like we've been telling you all week, this is not the Virtual Wellness Experience. It formerly used to be the Virtual Wellness Summit, but we made it so many things. And I'm Damian Kinsey, the co-creator, co-host of the Virtual Wellness Experience. And you know I'm always joined by my partner in the 2350 Effect, 2350 Network, the Virtual Wellness Experience, the Work-Life Balance Summit, the one and only Dr. Tanya Farron. Dr. Farron, tell them a little bit more about yourself.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here tonight. I'm Tanya Farron. My 9-to-5 job is I am a middle school virtual principal, been in education for over 30 years, around 30 years, something like that. You start losing count after the 20s. Been here a while, but my 5 to 9 job, I own Creative Living Ideas, which is a company that puts on some professional development. I've written 9 different books, as well as partnering with Damian, the great Damian Kinsey, with the Virtual Wellness Experience, Work-Life Balance Summit, and the 2350 Network. So certainly enjoy that collaboration and the time that we get to spend together, just really helping people empower their lives. So excited about that. So thanks for everyone that's already here tonight. This is amazing. And it's not the Virtual Wellness Experience. You're not even there yet. This is just like a little taste, a little appetizer to the Virtual Wellness Experience. So don't worry, though, you can still get your tickets to join us March 21st and 22nd. We'd love to have you there.
Yes, and drop in the chat where you're at and where you're from. Let us know who's out there. We love to connect with the audience and engage. We'll definitely be engaging as we go along. And speaking of engaging, we have so. Oh, go ahead.
Is that our David E. Johnson in that? No. Thomas, is that's
Thomas.
Dr. Sheila. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Dr. Sheila's.
Gotcha.
Thomas.
Okay.
See, we're engaging. And speaking of Dr. Sheila has written so many books. She's a veteran of the Virtual Wellness Experience Summit, Work-Life Balance Summit, and she's also presenting at the Virtual Wellness Experience, and she's a 2350 member. Welcome, Dr. Sheila. See, she's here. She's there.
She tricked me with, I forgot you had a new logo look or something.
Yes.
I love that.
And it changed up just a little bit. Hello, you all. So good to see you. Glad to be here.
Yes, it's great to see you as well. Thank you so much. And let's continue to go along because we have so many amazing presenters who are up here. This is the last day. So many different presenters. We have so many people. You know, we want to bring energy, joy, happiness, and what better way to bring Kimberly up? Kimberly Arnold, who has presented with us in the Work Life Balance Summit. She always brings energy. One of those people who, you know what, I visualize her always having like a standing desk
Yeah.
forever in her life. You know, she does so many things on the move and teaches you how to move your body in a positive way. Welcome, Kimberly, to the for 2350 Effect Virtual Wellness Summit. It's Virtual Wellness Experience. Meet the Presenter Week.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love being back with everybody.
Thank you as well. We have people from Leslie's from in North Carolina, San Francisco.
Linda's
So many
coming
people
in from Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, Noni, I'm just north of you in San Rafael.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. But we're not done. We have another amazing presenter who was presented at the first summit, which was the Work Life Balance Summit, presented at the Virtual Wellness Summit, the Work Life Balance Summit, and the Virtual Wellness Experience.
She's an
She's a
OG.
coach. Huh?
She's an OG, right?
Yes, she's a coach. She's a nurse. She does a lot of things. Like she talks about how to eat well when you don't even cook. So please welcome Coach Lee to the stage, and she's also a 2350 member as well.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here.
We're happy to have you back. Dr. Sheila, you were at the very first one as well with me. She's an OG too.
Yes, he said that. Yes, I am. I'm an OG. Hey, I love this. So thank you for this opportunity
We
again.
have such fun. We do have such fun. That's for sure. Yeah.
And speaking of fun, we always start off with something that I think is fun. I think it's funny. I think it's Hey, it's a laugh, a call, or text. What is that thing in the last 7 days that made you get on your phone, call somebody, laugh out loud, or text? It could be a television show. It could just be yourself laughing at yourself. It could be something you read, saw, scrolling through. What is that thing in the last 7 days that made you laugh, call, or text? And those people who are joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Put in your laugh, call, text this week. All right. What's your laugh, call, text?
So many fun moments happen every day. I feel like, so I don't know. I'm drawing a blank tonight, which is unusual for me. I don't know, which one do I pick? Do I pick the one where I sent my kids the text of our rate plan increasing on our phone bills that didn't make their day? And so they had lots of gifts to send along the way, or the one where I had to chase the squirrel multiple times throughout the day away from the bird feeders that he was dumping the bird seed all over the ground. I don't know, and then text that to my family. Which one do you pick? Life gets silly sometimes. How about you guys? Kimberly, how about you? Did you have anything silly, funny? It can be serious too. Yes, last night's mine was serious. I was talking about Dolly Parton's song she wrote for her husband. So
I had to call my neighbor today because they're both in their 80s, and I occasionally drive them. They're not super safe for driving right now. And we had taken her car in for service, and she sent me a text of what they were estimating the cost. And I was like, that's outrageous. And I picked up the phone and called her and said, okay, Olivia, that's outrageous. And she was at the dealer, and I said, I have a mechanic who could probably help you for less. And so we called the mechanic. Their hourly rate is half. They still use the same parts. Like, it was just one of those moments that I was like, no, I'm not going to let you take advantage of my 80-plus-year-old neighbor. I'm just not going to.
good for you. Good for you for standing up for your neighbor and helping.
So we're taking it to the other place for diagnosis tomorrow. Yeah,
nice.
It'll be better.
Nice. Coach Lee, are you ready? You look like you're ready to hit the unmute. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see. I messaged two people with the same message. It was something inspirational I had been listening to on YouTube. And I was so fired up about it. I sent it to them and you must watch this. You must listen to it. It was just inspiring. It was about mindset and how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. But it was exciting. I mean, it was a serious mindset thing, but it was just like, I'm like, yes, the guy's talking and I'm talking back. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes. And I need to share it with some people. One of the things I'm doing recently is somebody comes across my mind or I think about them or if I get the instinct to share something or say something, I've decided to act on it, not just think about it.
Nice. Very cool. Coach Lee, we were just having conversations about that in the Think Tank Thursday for the 2350 network. So wished you would have been in there, but you can send me that. Send me that YouTube. I'd love to watch it. How about you, Dr. Sheila?
Well, as you all may remember, I love music. And so I love to dance and line dancing, the boots on the ground. That is the thing right now, right? So my dog started to bark. But with the line dancing and the boots on the ground, there's so many different funny videos out there with people with the fans and popping the fans. And so my friends and I were sending videos just throughout the week.
Okay.
Of different people.
What's boots on the ground? I don't know. I'm missing something here.
Listen. It is a song. You have to Google it, Boots on the Ground. And there's a dance. And during the dance, you dance, do the line dance. And there's a part where you take a fan. My fan is right over there. And you pop it. Pop, pop, pop. And so, yeah, you pop your fan. It's so much fun. And so there's so many versions of that going around now. And people with their fans, like, huge fans from the kitchen, from the wall in their houses with their aunties and grandmothers had years ago. And so it's funny. One of my friends, we just send different versions of it to each other throughout the week.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to check that out. I wrote it down.
It's fun. I'm telling you, I went in Walgreens today and the cashier was ringing me up and he was singing, got the boots on the ground. And I went pop, pop, pop. And he was like, you know that? I said, yes, I love it. So it was hilarious.
That's awesome. Those of you in the audience, what's your laugh, call, or text? Share it with us. Did you have any great texts that came through this week or today in the last 7 days? A call? Please share with us. We're happy to, share in your joy or sorrows or whatever was going on in your life this week. Yeah, definitely starting with that. Well, this has kind of been a theme this week. And so I thought I'd continue with this theme. As far as, food goes, we always like to open with talking about something delicious. What's the most delicious thing that you've had this week for a meal? The most delicious. It doesn't have to be the most healthy. It can be, but what was the most delicious thing that you had? Kimberly's laughing over there. Please jump in.
I had to laugh because my friends know me and I'm usually like, we grow like almost all the vegetables we eat super healthy. But the most delicious thing I had was, we keep a bread starter and my housemate used the bread starter to make, waffle batter. And we have a new waffle maker. And then we also made some homemade blueberry syrup. So really like the most delicious thing was like the fresh waffle with the blueberry syrup.
That does sound delicious. Should I ask her the Shrek question that goes along with the waffles? Do you know the line in Shrek? Oh my gosh. Am I the only one that knows this? When Shrek's talking to Donkey, he lets Donkey spend the night and Donkey gets excited and says, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. Dr. Sheila, you've got kids my age. You know the story I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Now I've seen Shrek, but I forgot the waffle line. So
you're going to have to remember the waffle line next time you make the delicious bread starter waffles with the blueberry syrup. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, super yum.
Way more crazy than I've done this week. Anybody else? Something delicious. Something delicious.
Well, I love Longhorn and the lamb chops are back. So went to Longhorn on Sunday and had the lamb chops with spinach. It was so delicious.
Nice. I didn't know that they had lamb chops there.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm glad you had a delicious meal there. And you didn't even have to do the dishes, did you? Nice. Lee, how about you?
It was all delicious.
Lee presented one time for us. Was it like how to eat healthy without cooking? I think
Yes.
that's your.
It was all of it was delicious. Everything I ate was delicious. And I really didn't make any of it. But it was also all very healthy. It was just what I put together. But everything was good and colorful and appetizing and little zazz of things on top to give it a pop of color and splash of variety of taste in your mouth.
What would a zazz of things be?
Zazz. Gotta zazz things up.
Would you zazz like some pine nuts on there? Is that some zazz?
That's a little zazz. I find
cheese?
that there's two things in particular that I like that I think zazz things. Of course, you have to like them for them to be zazzy on your plate. One of them is bruschetta sauce, which I just think brings a lot of things to life on your eggs, on your fish, on your anything. It's just delish. And I think, of course, you have to like it. I think everything is better with feta.
I have to agree. I do like some feta. I like some good feta. Yes. We had some delicious tacos tonight, and it's Thursday. We didn't do Taco Tuesday. We did Taco Thursday. And then I made a side of some raw veggies. They were really quite delicious and refreshing to go with it. It was really good. Some carrots and cucumbers. Very delish. Damien, how about you? Your most delicious thing you ate this week?
Risotto.
Oh, did you make it?
No.
Damien's got skills. He can cook.
Somebody made it. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you've got skills. You can cook, right?
Yes. But I don't cook often. But someone cooked it at a restaurant and it was amazing. I did it with my family and it was amazing. The best I've ever eaten.
I like a good risotto for sure. For sure. All right. Well, thanks for sharing your most delicious meal that you had this week. My next question for you guys is, if you don't have to worry about money, like you have all the money in the world, what would you do? How would you spend your days, your nights, your money?
Well, for someone who doesn't like to cook, since we were just talking about cooking, I would have a personal chef who would have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner ready, or in between, my snacks and everything that I love. I eat pretty healthy as well, but I would have someone to prepare that because I don't like to cook. That would be number one on my list.
I love that. I love that. Who else? Kimberly, you want to go?
The first thing that came to mind is I would just be spending time with the littles in my life. Like I'm an auntie of the heart to a number of littles, and they live in different cities. They live in different cities and different states. And so I think I would be like just spending time hanging out with them, playing, being a part of I just don't see them as often as I would love to. But then the two things I would be doing with my time, a little over a week ago, I hosted a baby shower for my cousin and his wife, and I went to the San Francisco Flower Market, which was just updated recently. And I was a kid in the candy store. Oh my goodness. And it just made me remember that ever since I was really little, I thought, oh my God, it'd be so amazing to just be making flower arrangements for people. Like anytime you give somebody flowers, no matter what the occasion is, you're going to usually bring a smile to their face. And so I bought all these bouquets and I got to do some of my own arranging in the house. And then we were running late and some guests arrived and there was a table out and they got to do some arranging. And it was just super, super fun.
I saw your post on LinkedIn and your face did say it all. You were just elated and just in such joy and happiness with all these flowers around you. I think that that image definitely said it all. And I love that you want to be with the littles. I think that's amazing. What a good auntie. Love that. How about you, Lee?
There's so many things I'd like to do. So many, just for the fun of it, because you can just whatever you want to do, right?
Whatever you want to do.
Well, one of the things I'd like to do, one of the many things I'd like to do is I want to eat my way across America.
Okay. I can get behind that idea.
And I want to challenge when people go to other states and they come back and they say they had trouble eating in X whatever state because apparently they don't have good food there or don't have whatever they don't have there. I'm like, are you sure? So I want to see if I can stick to my regime of eating and still go to different states where I have no control, restaurants where I have no control over what is on the menu, and see if I can still sustain.
You know, I agree with you. I think that would be a really, really fun thing to do. And you know, everybody in the audience, like, I want you to understand, like, these ladies are across the United States from each other. We're all across the United States from each other. Like, the Virtual Wellness Experience Presenters is actually a global event, and we have presenters in Canada, the Dominican Republic, South America. I mean, just all over. It's just amazing. And I absolutely, I think it's incredible. And so I love eating your way across America. Now, I will tell you, when I went to Ireland, people told me all the time, you're not going to like the food there. I liked everything that I had there. It was all very good, and, enjoyed it everywhere. And the same thing when I was in London. I heard the same thing. In fact, I had one of the most delicious salads in a pub in London that I've ever had. And it was just full of just deliciousness. And I don't even know what I was eating in it, but it was so good. Like, it had everything in it. And we went back to that same restaurant just to do that. So I agree. I think you can't, and I like the idea of trying something new, right? Going to a new town, maybe trying their flair, their favorite, like in St. Louis, like, you guys probably don't realize this, but how we're back to food, I don't know. But in St. Louis, St. Louis style pizza, toasted ravioli, like, those are foods that are St. Louis based. Gooey butter cake. Those are foods that you find in St. Louis. So they're, every city, I think, has their foods that go along with it. Damien.
Is that the green cake?
No. Oh. Did I make a green cake and show you?
No. It's like a cake that's in St. Louis is like green. Friend of mine showed it. Okay.
Was it for Mardi Gras though?
That's what it looks like.
I think it was a king cake. Yeah. Yes, a king cake. And in St. Louis, like, there's a bakery that's like super famous for making the king cakes for Mardi Gras. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll find a picture of a gooey butter cake and send it to you. Anyway, Damien, how about you? What would you do if you didn't have to worry about money?
Hey, as more as we have this conversation and this question comes up, I think there are even more things to do and say about this. I think I would do it like a 5-space resource centers across the country. Meaning I would have a resource center in the north, like the south, the Midwest, the west, and the south and the east. So it'd be 5. It'd be north, central north, middle, south, and it'd be all over. And I would have like a place where I can live there, so I wouldn't have to like spend extra rent.
A little residential spot in each one of these places for you to
go. And
it'd
be a resource center so people could come get help and support.
I love that. That's incredible. Well, I'm going to continue that theme of, for me, working with parents and families. I want to continue that, but I also want to pay off some lunch accounts for kids, kids that don't have those resources to be able to pay for those things, sponsor more kids for different events and trips and things like that so that they can go to it. So in St. Louis area, there's this or in Lake of the Ozarks, which is near me by about 2.5 hours. There's an organization, and I think it's called the Idiots Club. It was a group of men that got together and started doing fundraisers and giving money to kids. And they have raised a few $1 million over the past few years. And they do lots of great things. Like, they'll buy a kiddo a car who might need a car to go to work, and do some really amazing things. So, do something like that, I think, to also help, I think would be really, really cool. Very cool. All right, Damien, you're up for the next question. I've done so much talking. We've got so many amazing people in the audience. We've got Ludwig. Thank you so much for being here. Adrian, Margaret, Linda. Adrian, you and I should probably go to dinner together. I think we'd have a pretty good time. Tanisha, thank you again for being here. We appreciate you. Cooper. Dr. Rowe is in the house. Dr. Marcia, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your comments in the chat. Jackie, thank you for being here. Great to see you again. Christy, appreciate you joining us tonight. And Lisa for being here as well. Oh my gosh, just so many great people in the audience. Thank you guys for taking time out of your evening to be with us. And Jay, Noni. All right, Damien, you're up. What do you want to ask the group? You're muted.
Hey, so many questions we asked. So this question is, who is one of your greatest mentors and why? This question came from Colleen, who's a presenter of the Virtual Wellness Experience. Who is one of your greatest mentors and why? Or made a significant impact on you?
I'll begin. And I think when this question was asked, I think even the first summit or something like it. And my greatest mentor of all times will always be my mother. Yeah, she's deceased now, but my mom, just seeing how hard she worked. She was a single parent with 4 children. She was an LPN, and just to see her thriving and doing her very best. And we didn't know we were poor growing up because we ate well to us, and she made it happen. But she was adamant about us, getting our education, going to school. She was a nurse. She worked night shift at the hospital and would stay up in the mornings to make sure we got off to school. And then she would go to take her nap. And then by the time we got home, she was awake. Dinner was ready. And so she's just my mentor, just to see how she was thriving. And not only that, she was very active in the community. So that's where I get it from. But she was, very active in the community and in the church and the community. So she's my mentor. She's my model.
I love that. I think that's when we did the pouring on segments. I think we did that. Yeah, for a while. People loved those segments. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for being here. Anybody else? Kimberly?
Can I have 2?
Of course. You can have as many as you want.
The first one that came to mind was a mentor who I worked for in my first phase of working out of college was in management consulting. And this was a leader who he's the first leader who I felt like really saw my potential and was a stand for me to do things before I thought I was even ready. So he actually helped me. He helped me write an application that had me get a grant from my company to pay for business school. And he was the one who knew about the program and said, "I think you can get this," and helped me do it. And I got it. And then he just, like, as I was working for him after school, saw an opportunity for me to step into a leadership role that I didn't begin to think I was ready for, but he thought I was. And so, like, just having somebody who's like totally cheering you on beyond what you could imagine was amazing. And then the second one would be a teacher who I refer to now. Her name is Wendy Palmer, and she was an Aikido sensei for like 40 years or something. And so there's so much of her teaching that I know comes through me and the work that I do now.
I love that. That's very special. Lee, how about you?
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of any one particular individual. I just think probably about the community. And I didn't grow up in a village, but it felt like a village that everybody was kind of people who were who they really were, so to speak. And just having those pillars in the community of people that were, taking care of their family upright and just good examples of people. My superheroes were like real people that I saw. They were not people on TV. They were actual people I could name And so I think just that whole community.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Dr. Sheila.
Oh, I've answered.
Oh,
But
you already went. You went. You talked about your mom. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it was my
Sorry.
mom.
I'm sorry. So I talked similar to what Kimberly had said. I had a principal that had seen some things in me that I hadn't recognized at that point in time. And her name was Phyllis, and she has passed. But she was an incredible leader. She was tough. She was hardworking. She was kind. She was caring. She had a beautiful, hearty laugh. She was just a really incredible person. And we became friends after she retired, and I went and visited her, and I remember teasing her because she was in the office at 6:30. She was, grinding. She was pushing through things. And when I went to visit her and stayed at her house in Colorado, I was like, what is this getting out of bed at 9? Like, what? She's like, I'm retired. Leave me be. But, she was just such an incredible person and such a supporter and just as sweet as can be. So absolutely loved her heart and who she was. And she really helped mold me in my career and made me learn a lot from her. Damien, how about you?
So I'm gonna with this one I'm gonna avoid saying family because that's the obvious for me. I'm gonna go with a gentleman by the name of Joel Brathwaite. When I first started working with kids, I had to do an internship, as people know who know me, and he kind of took me under his wing and taught me how to be a professional. And it was so helpful working with him that he taught me that level of professionalism, showing up to work on time, giving your all, your optimum. If you being your best at work, and don't cheat the people who you provide services to. So he taught me those skills, and he was much older than me. I learned so much under him, and it's funny because today I was talking to somebody at work about him, and when you asked that question, we came up with this question. Colleen came up with it. It made me think about him. So,
That's cool. Very cool. Well, we are halfway through our show. And remember, this is just the Meet the Presenters. We have the virtual wellness experience coming up this coming weekend, or next weekend, Friday and Saturday, the 21st and 22nd. So we hope that you get your ticket. I'd like to show everybody a couple of things, if you don't mind, Damien.
yeah, but before we do that, we do have another presenter who just popped in. TC has joined us. She is no stranger to the virtual well, she's no stranger to the summits. She was with us last time in the summit. So TC is here as well. So we're gonna bring TC up on the stage shortly, who's ready, prepared for the summit. But I'll let you show the real tool while we bring TC up as well.
Yeah. So for those of you who have yet to, see all of the Meet the Presenters or the Wellness Wednesdays that we did, you can go to Creative Living Ideas YouTube page and you can see them. This is tonight's Meet the Presenter that's scheduled right now. Should be happening here in a minute. It'll be popping up as it's wrapping up. And then you can catch some of the other countdowns to the wellness experience and then Wellness Wednesday. So, and then you can also catch any of the 2350 effects shows that Damien and I do on Sunday evenings through here. So if you subscribe, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just sign up with an email account and you have access to this. You can click on the bell and it will alert you, give you a notification when our next things are live. So you don't miss anything from us. So would love for you to be able to subscribe to that. I also want you to see, once you purchase a ticket at the virtual wellness experience, this is what it looks like. So you can enter the lobby of it. And once you go to the lobby, you can see an image here. You can go over here to sessions at the top right. You can see the sessions. We've got Damien kicking us off Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we go every hour for about a 45-minute session. And you can see that we've got a 10, 11 at 12 o'clock. We have a break out to networking. So we've got some time where we network with people and hang out and talk, and you can ask presenters other questions and just get to know each other a little better. And then we begin again. These times are all central time. So if any presenters are listening to this and it's a different time zone for you, these are my times, they're central time. Then we have a 1, a 2, and a 3. And then the next morning on Saturday, we start again at 9 a.m. with presentations, have a session in the middle of the day, again, to break out for networking. And then as well, we've got sessions that continue. And then I wrap us up and close us out at the very end of the day on Saturday. Now, when you purchase your ticket for this, you get the recordings for up to 30 days. So you will be able to come back into the lobby and access them. Once you do that, you can bookmark ones that you want to see by marking it here. And then you can go ahead and add it to your itinerary. That doesn't mean that has to be the one you go to, but if you want to kind of plan what you want to see, you're welcome to do that. But you have access to everybody. So you'll be able to go back and watch any of the recordings for any of them. You can also engage with our speakers by coming into the section here. This is TC's. She's got her bio in here. She's got her company as well as her LinkedIn profile. Let's see who else we've got. Kimberly here, same thing. She's got her LinkedIn profile here and her session. And we've got Lee here, and she's got her bio, her session, and her profile. And Dr. Sheila is right here. Dr. Sheila and her company, Thomas Educational Consulting. Great little video and her session. So come and check everybody out and see what they have. Join us. You won't be disappointed. Damien has dropped the link in the chat. I've already had the link in there earlier. So, and if you have any questions, you can email or message Damien or I on LinkedIn. So you can certainly do that. We'd be happy to have you join us.
All right. Thank you for sharing that and putting that out there.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, it is not the virtual wellness experience right now. This is not it. And imagine if this has been going on these 5 days. Imagine the 2 days where people are actually presenting on their particular topic. Speaking of your topic, without giving your topic away, because you are doing about 45 minutes of presentation and the topic, tell people a little bit about your topic and why you chose it. All right. I can go first. So my topic is, I'm doing the topic of how to remain calm, how to remain calm when everybody around you isn't. And the reason why I picked that topic is because I've gotten through the years people saying, hey, how do you remain calm and even kill? How are you always so calm? Things don't really faze you and whatnot. Things faze and bother me. I'm human like everybody else, you know? But it's so important to remain calm in that situation because you see so many things going on and I can't tell you that part. You got to actually come to the virtual wellness experience to get all that information. But that is why I picked that topic. How to remain calm when the people around you are.
I love that. And, you know, those of you that know Damien, he is pretty calm, cool, collected kind of guy. I mean, that is for sure. And so coming to his session definitely will give you some great skills and traits to be able to, you know, maybe help yourself along with, and I'm sure he'll go into at the end of the night, the 2350 network. That's another probably strategy that he's used for a long time.
So yes. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from Dr. Sheila. What's your topic?
Well, you know, everything I do is associated with what? Music. So there's an artist, and I loved her when she was alive, and I still love her today, Whitney Houston. And she used to sing a song called I Believe the Children Are the Greatest Love of All. And her song was, I believe the children, I'm not a singer. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. So that's what my topic is about. Our children are our future. We let them lead the way. And they are my greatest love of all. And I just want community to come together and do what we need to do, what has to be done to ensure that our children have what they need. The greatest love of all.
I love that. Dr. Sheila, do you know that I put that song in my parenting book?
Yeah, you know what? I remember reading it because I
Yeah.
have your book. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I do remember
Isn't that
seeing
funny? Great minds
Yeah.
think alike, think
Yeah,
alike.
of course we
I
do.
love
That's
that. I
why we
agree.
connected.
I agree. But I do, I want people to understand that, when Damien and I select, candidates to come in and topics to come in, we felt that parenting, family relationships, family dynamics, things like that are really, really important to your total wellness. And so, even if you, don't have kids or your kids are grown, I encourage you to go to these parenting sessions as well, because you can help somebody else, connect somebody else, learn something else of how you can handle another friendship even, or a niece or a nephew. So important, I think, to our complete wellness. Sorry, Damien, I took over.
No worries at all. Kimberly, what's your topic and why did you choose it?
My topic title is called Rattled to Resilient in Minutes. And why I chose it is, I spent over 30 years working in different roles in big companies. And I had my own experience of letting stress get to be too much, had to take a leave. And when I was on that leave, I got to really reflect on the fact that I had learned all kinds of simple practices to reduce my stress, and under pressure, I stopped using them. So what I can say is if you want to come hang out with my session, you're going to walk away with 3 truths and 5 practices to reach your calm, confidence, and connection in minutes.
I like that. It made me think of something else too. So I appreciate that. Things, spark the brain. All right. Lee, what is your topic and why did you choose it? You always have an interesting topic.
Well, it is about using your voice for impact. And I will say that all the letters in voice is an acronym for something that I'll break down and speak about. And it was something that I did not do or used to do for more of my life than not. And so I have discovered I have a voice and I like to help other women, particularly, to use it, and why and wherefore and how we will get into.
I like that. It's a great topic. It's always interesting topics. TC, you joined us. Welcome. It's always great seeing you as well. What is your topic for the virtual wellness experience and why did you pick it?
Thank you. And I'm so glad that I got to meet this. I was thinking about what Kimberly was sharing, and I'm like, perfect. I mean, I feel like that is super needed. And a thought came to mind. Most times we always talk about time. I mean, in the past few years, I keep hearing people saying, I don't have time. I need more time. I wish I could get extra time. I mean, there's this saying, time do not wait for no man. Yes, we can't control time, but one thing we can do is manage our time, right? For everything we want to do, strategies, success, health, all of these things, no matter what you want to do in life, personal, balance it with your business, make that success out of what you are as an individual, your ability to manage your time effectively, be in control of your time, says a lot about how successful you will be at your next level. So my topic is simple, right? We are going to together create a framework using my formula, right, to help us build that time freedom that we want for ourselves. Because personally, I believe that we can achieve everything we set our mind to. We just need to figure out how to control our time to work for us. So that's basically what we're going to be doing.
I like that. Good topic. We always can utilize our time better and wisely. Dr. Farron, how about you?
Well, so Damien and I forgot what the question was. I was like, wait, what? Damien and I are going to present together for the first time ever at any of these summits. So we're excited about that time to do that partnership together. We'll be talking about networking, connecting. And then I'm also wrapping us up at the very end of the day. So we're going to talk about how we can put all of these pieces together that they've learned, because you're going to have a lot. Like you're going to come out of this. I mean, we're hosting it and we get a lot out of it, and I love that, we go back and rewatch, we go back and pay attention, I'm taking notes, in it. And so there's a lot. So I'm excited to wrap up the day on Saturday. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I do have another question. This is Meet the Presenter Week. We learn so much about your particular topics that you're doing, your mentors. We learn something about, where people are at in places, spaces, and stuff. So I'm going to ask, and also Mills. We can't forget Mills. So I'm going to ask a hard question. What is your favorite childhood cartoon?
Favorite childhood cartoon? I thought of a new one. Not a new one, but a new one from last night. We talked about it last night a little bit. The Smurfs. I liked the Smurfs.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah.
I can definitely say I was all about Snoopy. I can't tell you why I was all about Snoopy, but I had the sweetest moment, like in my 40s, I think. I was visiting my dad and there was this stuffed Snoopy in a secondhand store. And I was like, Snoopy. And I got all excited. And my dad was like, do you want that? And I'm like, I don't need a stuffed Snoopy. And then I got home. I was living in California. He was in Virginia. And I got home and I was like, I think I want that Snoopy. And so I called my dad back and I said, well, if you maybe are near the store again, maybe. And within the week, I got a box in the mail and I opened it up and here's the Snoopy. It had a bow around him and there was a card that said, when you called to ask for this, it was too late. Somebody already got it. And the good news that somebody was me.
Oh,
nice.
That's sweet.
So I still have the Snoopy. He's upstairs.
Oh, that is heartwarming.
So my Tanita posted exactly what I was going to say. Fat Albert in the game. Hey, it's Fat Albert.
I loved that too.
Yes. So when I saw it popped up, you probably saw my eyes lit up a little bit. And the why is because, first of all, to see an image of characters that look like me, on television, that was just like, I was in awe to see that. And then to see the adventures they got into. Then, of course, again, there was music. So to see the music as well. So it was just amazing every Saturday morning to get up and see the Fat Albert and the gang and just all the mischief they got into and things, their adventures.
I like that.
I loved that show too. I watched it a lot as a kid.
Me 3.
Okay, so I think I will go. I've always loved Snoopy Doo. The teamwork, it's always very interesting going back, with the episodes and all of that. But of recent, I started to fall in love with Teletubbies, right? Yeah, and that's because you see my boys. So you see that sun that comes out. Be like, morning. No matter what these boys are doing, the moment the sun comes out, they're like free, like they just freeze and they'll be like very good behaved children. And I'm like, what's in with this sun that comes out? And so every time I want to keep them in check, I just play it. And the moment the sun comes out, they're like, very well behaved. So for some reason, I don't know why. So I'm kind of loving Teletubbies. So I think I'm between that and Snoopy Doo. But I have like Snoopy Doo's episodes. Like I still have them.
I love that. My daughters loved Teletubbies for sure. And you're right. That song, they like mesmerizes them. It's like puts them in a trance. I agree. That's so funny. Yeah. Snoopy and Woodstock, they have really a really cute dynamic, don't they? Snoopy and Woodstock. And my mom, I got her an Apple Watch to measure like heart rate and things like that. And she said, I want the numbers really big. I just want to be able to see them. I don't want to have to strain. I was like, okay. So we started going through her Apple Watch settings. They have a Snoopy one on there. And he is adorable. And he does throughout the day, whether it's mealtime, he fills his dog bowl, or he and Woodstock are doing their thing, or it's bedtime and he goes to sleep on his doghouse. There's no numbers on it. She adores it. She won't change it. So if you have an Apple Watch, you can look for the Snoopy one. Damien, how about you? Did you come up with a new cartoon?
Oh yeah. I too was just I'm going with one for the holiday season, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Classic.
Oh yeah, classic.
And kind of what Dr. Sheila was kind of alluding to, I'm going with the A-Team.
Okay.
Because of Mr. T, the cartoon. He was like the superhero cartoon guy with these gold chains. I like the Muppets too. That was a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Muppet Show.
Yes.
Lots of great ones. Yeah.
And more as an adult, like young adult.
Yes.
Hey Arnold.
Oh yeah. That was
and Fairly Odd Parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with those.
Yes, I do. And Looney Tunes. Yes, Adrian. Oh my gosh. Such great memories for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, it's like you have the last two questions, Damien, because we're almost out of time.
Do you want to ask one more before?
No. Mm-mm.
All right. So, if you can pick a color or name or word that best describe you, so you're going to pick a color or a name that best describes you as a person.
I'm going with my theme for the whole week, red. Red is the color. It is my color. I love the color. That's my color.
Nice. TC, how about you? What's your color or word that best describes you?
Word. Persistent. Color. I'm between coral, red, and black.
Two of my favorite colors.
Nice. Kimberly, how about you?
Resilient is the word. And the thing with me with color, like when I think of resilience, like I think of yellow, but okay. I still am in purple and teal. So I got lots of color going on.
I like that. Teal. I think that came up like almost every night.
I think it did too. There was a lot of teal. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised, but it's a lot of people think it's teal. All right. Lee, how about you?
So I will pick a word rather than a color. I'm going to go with chill.
Chill. Nice.
That's a good describing word for you, I think, for sure.
I like the idea of chill.
Yeah.
I like that. Dr. Sheila, how about you?
I can't choose a color because I like all colors. So it would be multicolor for me. But my word, and it's kind of the word the name that was given to me by my grandmother. And you're going to say, yeah, that's right. Princess. And so she called me Princess as a young girl. And it helped me and it shaped who I am today because I went through childhood and even adulthood where I didn't feel like I was pretty or good enough. And so I always fall back into where my grandmother said I was a princess. And so that sticks with me. And I always tell everyone, and it's not a thing of being arrogant or thinking you're just this beautiful queen, but I feel proud of who I am. And I look in the mirror, I can say, you do look good. I don't have to compare myself to others. I know what my grandmother told me. I am a princess and I have royalty in me because God said so too.
I love that.
Dr. Farron, how about you?
Well, I'm red and energy. Those are my two for sure.
Red
Yes.
energy.
Yes. I like good energy. Like I need good energy.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what your color was, but I wanted to get your word.
Yeah. I've kind of held true to those this week. Sometimes it fluctuates, but definitely energy is definitely something for me. Like if I go into a room and the energy's not good, I don't want to be in that room or that space. I can feel the energy, and I love to be around people that have real positive energy. That's just definitely my attraction for sure. No drainers. Mm-mm.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm going with patient.
Definitely.
Like TC said, time is so important, so be patient.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are like at the end
We're
almost.
at the end. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was like, whoa, day 5, like 5 days, like it moved by quick. I can remember it was Sunday when we were doing it, and it just started moving so quick. So many amazing presenters, but we're not really done yet. We don't finish without. Dr. Perry, you want to take this closing with a quote?
I do. I love quotes. I always think that they're powerful and impactful. I just want to remind the people that are still hanging with us, thanks so much for being here. This is our last Meet the Presenters show, but I also want you to know that we will do a recap after the event. So get your tickets, come to the event, come hang out with us for 2 days, and then join us. We will do a recap night and we'll kind of fill you in, and we'd love to have the people that were with us join us in the audience, and so we can kind of just reminisce together about how the 2 days went. So make sure that you put that in your calendar as well. So I'll start with a quote. This is a quote. I appreciate all of the people that we have been able to be with. And as I said, that I love high energy people. And I think we've got incredible presenters with us. I would say every person has a beautiful energy of their own. And this sums it up for me, that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I just feel incredibly honored to have been able to spend time with all of the presenters this week, because I think they're incredible, and you guys lift me up and make me strive to do greater things. So I just feel honored to be in the space with you all. So you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that. That kind of reminds me of the T-Mobile favorite 5. Dr.
Shilley, you got a quote?
Of course I do. So my quote is very simple. It's, it's in my book, what I read to the children. Never give up. Yes, you can. I'm all about perseverance and always giving it the best that you can. Another one that goes along with it, I kind of sum it all together, is your attitude determines your altitude. So I tell children, that I work with, my own sons, that you can do all things if you just try hard. Don't give up. And if you fail, just get back up and try it all again. So never give up. Yes, you can. Perseverance.
Love that.
I definitely hear the songs in there, Dr. Schiller. I caught it.
Of course. Kimberly, how about you?
I brought a new one for me tonight that I just saw recently that really resonated for me for what I'm doing. And it is, tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
So it's a Chinese proverb.
Nice. Lee, how about you?
Well, I've got a longer one. I traveled with this one through most of last year, and I have a really quick one, which is in theme with what I'm talking about next week or the week afterwards. So the very, very quick one is say the weird thing. That's the really short one because it's in line with my theme. Say the weird thing. And then the longer one, which is a little bit more, I'll read it to you. It is surrender the now to the new. Surrender the sameness to the moreness, surrender the apprehension to the adventure, and surrender the hesitation to the exhilaration.
Wow, that's
I like
really
that.
good. I like that too. That's amazing. Yes. Surrender.
If you can't remember that, just say the weird thing.
I love it. TC, how about you?
So I'll just go with one of my time quotes, and this is pretty short, very simple. Freedom is not just about what you do with your time. It's actually what you don't do with your time. Your time is your choice.
Yeah. Great quote, great topic for the wellness experience for sure. Thank you for sharing that. Damien.
So I'm gonna choose a quote that is not the normal quote that I chose.
It up, huh?
I've chosen to be happy because it is good for my health. To align with the we're talking about the wellness and the virtual wellness experience.
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy because it aligns with my health.
Yeah. Very cool.
And as always, the 2350 equals that there are really 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. And do not allow 5 or 10 minutes of a bad moment disrupt the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. That is what the 2350 network is about, and knows what those numbers particularly mean. And the colors being in purple and blue is for Alzheimer's. Your memory's so important, your loved ones and people around you, and also domestic violence. So everything has meaning. Life has meaning. And like TC said, time is so important. So be patient. And everybody has so many great quotes. I would ask for a favor for y'all to actually drop those quotes in. They might be the difference for somebody out there because they were so profound from everybody on this panel. So please do so.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody who showed up tonight in our audience. I see Annie in here. Hi, Annie. Thank you. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Steve Elliott, Ludwig, thank you for being here. Adrian, is it Tonita or Tonisha? Thank you for being here, however it's pronounced. Linda, so many great people with us. April, hello. Jay, thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys very much for joining us. I certainly hope you can join us for the virtual wellness experience. Grab your ticket and come play with us. Have a great night.
And we will be back on Sunday for our regular show, but get your tickets to the virtual wellness experience for the creative living ideas. And thank you all, and good night.
Bye.